After being reborn, the young man immediately recognized that the prayer bead bracelet hanging in the antique shop was a treasure, so he asked the owner for the price. When he heard the owner asking for $50,000, the young man gave an evil, charming smile and countered with $500. The owner immediately snatched the bracelet from the young man's hand, and mocked him to leave quickly if he had no money. The young man stated that there was nothing genuine in that antique mall. Upon hearing this, the owner realized the young man was an expert, and lowered the price to $20,000. The young man told the owner he would only offer $2,500, not a penny more. Having said that, the young man pretended to turn away. The owner's eyes flickered and he immediately called the young man back. In the end, they closed the deal at $2,500. Meanwhile, the rich heir walked into the antique shop with his friend. He intended to buy an antique as a birthday gift for his grandfather. However, he discovered that the shop was full of worthless items, and worried that his grandfather would be unhappy to receive such a gift. Suddenly, they saw the bracelet in the young man's hand. The friend realized that the prayer beads were the Arhat beads from Vajra Monastery. Upon hearing this, the rich heir asked his friend about the origins of the bracelet. The friend explained that back in the day, a monk carved a set of rosary beads from a 100-year-old sandalwood tree in honor of the 18 Luohan. After the monk passed away, the beads were stolen by thieves and their whereabouts remained unknown. They never expected to see them here today. The rich heir thought the beads would be a fitting longevity gift, so he asked the young man to resell the beads to him. When the young man heard the rich heir's name, he recalled that in his previous life this heir had been framed by his actress, and was eventually kicked out of the house by his father, and ultimately had been badly betrayed by his father. At this moment, the rich heir offered $300,000 to buy the beads. To get in good with this wealthy man, the young man readily agreed. Then the rich heir invited the young man to his company to pick up the money. After the assistant brought out $300,000 in cash, the young man asked the heir if his company employed many beautiful actresses. When the rich heir said yes, the young man told the heir that temptation often hides traps on the other side. The rich heir don't understand what it means. The young man said he noticed the heir's Taiyang acupoint was dark, fearing he would fall into a peach blossom calamity. The rich heir thought the young man was talking nonsense. The young man did not explain further, but took the money and left. That night, the rich heir was on a date with a beautiful actress, when he suddenly remembered the young man's warning from the afternoon. While the actress was taking a shower, he started searching the hotel room, and indeed found a hidden camera in the corner. If the young man hadn't warned him to be careful of the company's actress, he might have already been ruined and kicked out of the house by his father. To thank the young man, the rich heir wanted to buy a villa and give it to him. To his surprise, the young man didn't like villas, but instead wanted to buy a house in the slums, because, relying on memories of his previous life, he knew that the property in this area would quintuple in value after 3 days. Although the rich heir didn't believe the price would rise, but considering that the young man's instincts are very accurate, he not only helped the young man pay the deposit on one house, but also bought 2 more for himself as investments. Then the rich heir took the young man to a 5-star restaurant for dinner. As soon as they entered the hotel, the young man recalled that in his previous life, he had spent a fortune acquiring this hotel and made it the #1 in the world. But now, tasting the restaurant's dishes, he found them mediocre. He made a suggestion to the owner of the restaurant. When the owner learned that the young man was an unemployed drifter, he originally didn't believe what the young man said. However, before the young